how fast it all can go for certain people now.
First of all, your nails are so fucking tight.
Oh wait, hang on. Have you seen the teardrop?
That's crazy.
Look what the teardrop says.
That is sick. Whoever did that snap.
That's my friend. Yay. This has been a long time coming. Can I call you Yay?
Yeah, you can.
You don't have to say Yay Ali.
No, you can say whatever.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that. That's problematic. Let's just talk about it. People have sex to your music all the time.
Yep.
Sometimes you get this message quite a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's sick. I would love that, brother. If I make music, first of all, I would make, if I were to ever make music, which we won't, I'd make the slickest R&B, right?
Yeah.
Like slippery, 90s. I would want people to tell me, like they told Tyrese and Tank and all them lot, that they, made babies to that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty humbling. Like, even stuff like that is just more, if you consider how realistic this statement is, and then you think about how intimate that is as a person to select someone's music. And not that they know me, most times they've never met me, but like that's a very intimate moment. That's like a snapshot. People don't forget like playlists that they had sex to or songs that trigger things. So I think that's some of the most gratifying parts of it, of the compliments, or like when fans hit me up.
What would be on your playlist? Obviously excluding yourself, because that'd be weird.
Yeah, I don't play my stuff.
No, let's not do that.
I don't really play music, period. I used to be big on that, but I would probably say Trey Songz Anticipation is like my favorite project ever.
I think Trey Songz was going to be in a lot of people's like sexy playlists.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's even for like lovemaking, but everyone has a playlist that they go to for when you're, feeling a type of way. Mm-hmm. I think you're one of the few people that I am interviewing or have interviewed who have such a successful career as a songwriter for literally the biggest names in the industry. How did you get into this? Were you songwriting first, or were you doing singing and performing your own music?
That's like
recording your own music first?
That's like asking a basketball player, were you dribbling or shooting first? I was playing basketball first.
Okay.
Making music is like, I don't know how to compartmentalize it like people who from the outside do it.
Yeah, okay.
Because we don't compare, like, most artists don't separate. I'm about to sing this part, I'm about to rap this part, I'm about to make. It's just, it's music. It's just like you jump in. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But I would say I did my own thing first. Right. And then people asked me who was helping me do my thing, and it was me. Mm-hmm. And then that in turn led to people wanting songs. But not necessarily, it was, I don't know. I don't even think it was like, they weren't even separating it. They were like, well, you do a lot of stuff. Right. You have anything laying around? So it was like that kind of vibe. And I got sampled a lot. So it wasn't like I was like making the beat or writing the song. The artist like samples me. So without me wanting to or not, I'm like a producer and a songwriter because somebody samples me. So technically, yeah, I didn't start it off myself. It was kind of like a circumstance. I got sampled a couple of times. So I was like, all right, I'll run with it. And yeah.
When did you start actually writing music for artists that we know and songs that we know of as Yayeli, basically?
See, nothing I have ever written has intentionally been for anybody.
Right, okay.
It's like series of events happens. Someone hears something from somebody who knows them and doesn't know me. It's just like weird. Like I got sampled and they didn't know who I was.
Okay.
Foreign Tech was the producer. He happened to know me a little bit, but not really. And he sampled it and I led to me being sampled. Right. But it wasn't like Chris heard the song like, yo, let's sample him. It wasn't, or like it was nothing like that. It was just
because for people who don't know what Chris Brown's song are we talking about?
That's called Other Niggas.
Right.
And it samples my song called Ammunition from my first album, Trap House Jodeci. So it was a thing to where I didn't have a lawyer. And they were trying to send me paperwork. And so it was more out of the necessity to just make sure that this little placement that I could turn it into something bigger. Right. So it was just, I didn't want to let that be like the biggest thing I do is get sampled by a guy. Right. So I just used it to kind of just give myself clout or like a bigger reputation for saying I produced or wrote something for somebody. Cause you know, I mean, technically they credit me as that. So I just wanted to have some momentum afterwards. And so that's kind of how I got into producing or writing. It was never, that's not my intention. Right. Is like to be a writer or a producer. It's just to make music. Nobody has one job that they only focus on one thing. You're not gonna keep your job for long.
I see where it's getting to now. You have to be multifaceted.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
But
you have to be great enough in one thing to where you can be shit at everything else and it doesn't matter. Okay. That's an option too.
That's the point. Okay, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's just whatever works for your body, your mind, and what fits your personality. Then that's what you can morph into.
Who's someone on your bucket list, if you even have one, or if we're like gonna create one now that you could write for? If and like nothing was an issue, we could go to anybody and you can hand over a song, cater to them.
Man, Beyonce.
Hey, shoot
Beyonce,
your shot.
For sure. Beyonce.
That's not even like impossible. Do you know what I mean?
It's not impossible.
No, not at all.
I feel like if I know somebody who's written for Beyonce, you're a human just like me. How can it be impossible? Like, you know.
For sure.
How much can you rate a producer and songwriter?
Okay. That's actually something I wanted to discuss with you.
You know, it's like, that's like saying, how come like referees aren't on Sports Center being talked to and getting interviewed, and they're as integral and important to any game, but they don't talk to that guy. They talk to the players. But that guy's as important as, like, he can say, yo, you're out, and then you lose the game. So right. I think it's, yeah.
But do you think that's still the case nowadays, though? Where actually, I feel like right now, see, when I was growing up in the 90s, we had a whole discussion about Timbaland versus Neptunes, right?
Yeah.
We could get into that as well. But growing up, I think the producer used to get like credit on the back of the album, but no one really, it was always about the front and center, vocalist, rapper, whoever. The time we live in now, like the fact that later on Austin Mills is coming in here for a chat, like I think, especially in my scene and the people that I hang out with and the musicians and the DJs and everybody that I work with, producers have now become just as big and sometimes even bigger than the artists.
Yeah, it's possible, but in like...
But in the mainstream, it seems to be different.
It's different because, like, Metro Boomin is like one of the biggest producers,
right?
And then he does like collab albums and this and that, but like his demeanor is still kind of that of a producer,
right?
Like he's not super flashy, but kind of, but it's nothing like over the top. That's like what artists try to do.
Right.
That's because most producers and writers are like, they're the guy intrinsic. Their rewards are intrinsic. They're like servant based, meaning if you engineer somebody or you work for hire or you produce or something for somebody, you're humbled by just the dynamic.
Okay, interesting.
So your personality, yeah, you could be richer and more famous technically, but outwardly it doesn't really matter that much to you. So people be like, well, how come that guy's not more famous? It's like, bruh, I'm richer than all these guys.
Right, okay.
What do I have to be famous about or like have to outwardly shine if I know I'm so good that it will blow your mind? So I think that's what I can't say that Dream's underrated, because the guy is so loaded and has written so many hits and is so timeless that you can't even quantify that. Now you can quantify an artist because you go by record sales or platinum or this or that, but you can't quantify necessarily like a songwriter or producer's essence, because like they're not graded in the same way that an artist is.
I hear you.
You know, so it's a great space to be in, because you'll always get that you're underrated, but you'll never get you're overrated. But an artist, you'll get that all the time. Oh, he's overrated. But you never hear songwriters or producers, because you can never give us enough credit. It's impossible. You couldn't give us enough that it would tip the scale and we're overrated. It was impossible. You have to do that for 100 consecutive years for it to even affect the real dynamic of producers, writers, artists. It's like, it's different. It's a great space to live in if you're comfortable with yourself.
Right.
Now, if you're the guy who you need to let people know you're rich, or let people know you're popping, or your day's not going to go well if you don't get enough likes or something, if that's you, then that's cool. But if it's not, you could still be the guy and you'll be like the unassuming guy. It's like, oh, yo, that guy's like 5'7", but he's the biggest guy in the room. Everybody's like kind of like nailed over, like, damn, this dude, that's how the Dream is. I met the Dream. I've seen the Dream. I've seen how people react to the Dream.
Right.
They afraid to even like, oh, they do that. Like he has a whole, it's an essence.
An energy that walks in.
Yeah, it's like, you know how many fucking hits I got?
Yeah,
I don't need to tell you.
Yeah.
Name your favorite song. Name 5 of them. I've written 2 of them. That's what he has, that you can't give him enough credit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think just being in that space to where you can create for others and yourself. It's like, it's endless.
Trap House Jodeci. Where the hell did that name come from?
It has actually nothing to do with Jodeci.
Right.
And I don't sample Jodeci, so I don't, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just like a nickname somebody gave me for like, I was in a frat and the frat house was called the Trap House. And I would always play like...
You were in a frat house called the Trap House?
That's what we called it, yeah.
Where was this?
Indiana. I'm
of course.
a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. It's a few...
You were in a real like fraternity.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's also something very American. Like we see that stuff on movies. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was exactly what you saw in movies.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. Some of the best times I ever had.
Wild.
But what was the question?
Trap House Jodeci.
They gave me the nickname Brian Sanders. I wasn't even playing Jodeci. I was just playing like slow jam, chopped and screw music at the party, like when people were going home, just like getting people out. And he just called me DJ Trap Jodeci. And I thought it was cool, but I just like Trap House more because like it was appropriate for where we lived, and so it wasn't anything but just like a inside joke type of shit.
What are you working on now though?
Trap House Jodeci 2 dropping on the 26th of this month.
Yes.
Before tour with Eric in December. So yeah, we're putting that out.
Wait, you just say Eric. I know who you're talking about because obviously I follow you and I know what you do. This is not just any Eric you're talking about. It's not Eric from down the road. It's not Eric from Hackney. It's also not Eric from just up the road here.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Eric Bellinger. Yeah.
Casual.
Yeah.
Casual. How did that happen?
This is the homie.
You just know each other, your friend?
I've known him for years just through... I used to do video work for Eric.
Okay.
So, but he knew my friend, and I was like my friend's assistant on set, and he was cool and always personable. And then one day we met in the studio years later. I didn't have hair at the time, so he kind of was like, yo, he looks like this guy I know. And then I showed him the video, and he was like, oh shit, I didn't know that was you. And then we were doing music in the studio at that point. So he was like, damn, you never told me. I was like, yeah, I didn't tell anybody. I just wanted to like just get it on my own, and then have moments like this happen. So like we were always cool. I did some production and writing on his last album. I did like 4 songs, and so it's just the tour thing. He asked me before to do tour, and he brought me out on a couple shows before. So this was just like an appropriate time to like take me on the road. Me, Sayari Kid, and Garen.
What's your ideal night out look like? If you were to go out, I mean, look, you were in a fraternity, okay? Mm-hmm. You definitely know how to party.
I mean, I don't drink, so like my night going out isn't most people's night going out. It's like I feel different. Right. I'm not in the same. I would probably enjoy it more if I was drunk. Okay. But I don't like to drink. Right. Like, it's more of like a physical thing. It's not like I'm not against liquor. I just right. And we never get along. So.
What would a date with you look like?
A date.
A perfect date.
I don't go on dates. I'm very like. Paranoid is not the word.
Can I say I don't believe nothing you say?
A date?
You haven't been on a date in a long time?
If what I've been going on is called a date, then the standards for dates have been significantly lowered.
Yeah. Oh no, I thought you'd be really good at taking people on dates.
I mean, I haven't met too many women lately that I'm like.
What, since you moved out to LA?
Yeah, I'm different
here.
Yeah, I'm not, and I've only been here like permanently, like for a couple months, but I haven't found anybody date worthy.
Interesting.
If you have a brilliant date idea to tell me what to do, I'll just buy it. I'll do it.
You'll buy it.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna make her pay for a good time. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have at least the idea, or lead me somewhere. Right. Or we're gonna play fucking simulation battle shooting games, laser tag. Like, that's my shit.
You know, some people would be really into that. For me, it's going to a gig. I love going to a gig with someone, even though you might not be in like the environment where you can have like a proper conversation or something, but you can have, you know, something before or after. Right. Well, I love going to a good show with someone.
I think with me, a girl has to be funny.
Bro, if you can't make me laugh, my pants are staying on.
Yeah, same.
Really, truly, what happens is, ha ha ha, oh my God, I'm naked. Yeah. That's how it goes. You funny, clothes come off.
Yeah, that's me too. So like, if you can make me laugh and like obnoxiously funny, like on some like, if a girl's like super pretty, but acts like
non-pretty.
No, just acts like one of the homies. Like, her humor wise, like, damn, I can really say whatever and you're gonna get it. And I'm not gonna have to like edit this
censor yourself.
Yeah, you know, I think that's like very sexy.
Wow, you really want to be pursued, huh? This is you that got no time.
Nah, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
So I'm
clear.
I'm
See how
good.
mine's blown. He's taking notes on his phone right now. Bro, you need to be pursued. You are worthy.
I'm just saying,
on
like,
a pedestal.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
Please don't stop pursuing. You seem a little bit cheeky though.
What's that mean?
Cheeky is like a little bit like mischievous. Like you can say
I just look like that.
Yeah, you do look like that. You do look very.
That's
cheeky.
what people think. It's so funny.
Fam, when I look at your social media and your Insta stories and stuff, I'm always like,
I'm so innocent, and that's the funny thing.
You're not innocent.
I really am.
Nothing you do is innocent.
I'm showing the things that could lead to me not being innocent, but I'm just showing, like, look, if I went left here, this could happen, but I'm not. I'm just gonna post it and show you guys.
You're playing games right now. You know damn well what you're doing, posting these videos half naked, working out. Do not lie to me.
Everybody posts videos like that, though.
I don't.
It's a standard.
Have you seen me? Like
if you were working out,
have you seen me like that in the gym?
I've never seen you in the gym post videos.
Yes, I post when I'm in the gym, but that's me just pushing weights.
What are you wearing though?
Normal clothes.
What's normal clothes?
My gym outfit.
You one of those people that like works out with like jeans? You ever seen those guys at the gym like working out?
I wear my leggings and a matching top.
Jeans and like a hat. So like, dude, are you what the?
No, I wear matching, leggings and a top.
So, but like a tank top though. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is your shirt off every time?
Because
put your shirt back on. I feel like
you don't have a tank top on right now.
I feel like
if that was a regular outfit, then
nobody even cares when
I'm flat chested. You act like I got like.
You should be flat chested.
Not all men are. Dudes got like pecs and you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
it's not like I'm like a specimen. I'm like a regular.
I'm really just venting
confident.
to you. If I send you to an island all by yourself, and you can only ever take one album to listen to for the rest of your time on the island, which will be forever. What album would you take?
It would be John Mayer, Room for Squares.
Who?
John Mayer.
John Mayer? Wow. What a great... Okay, because that's someone... Because I always think when I ask this question, it has to be an album that you can listen to over and over again without getting bored.
I listen to that when I want to feel sad, like if I'm like feeling too detached.
Cathartic.
Yeah, and I'm feeling like I'm not feeling much at the moment. That takes me back to like a time in school, and I think about this girl or how I felt at the moment. It's very relaxing.
Who was your first ever crush?
Ananda Lewis.
Who's that?
She was a VJ DJ on MTV. She was like a talk show host on Vibe. She's like super popping. Like, yeah.
And that was you were like,
Yeah, funny story. I talked to her like last week.
What? How did that? Wait,
we're like friends on Instagram. Like,
did you tell her?
No, I told her I used to like, my sister used to like have magazines and she'd be in it, and I take the pictures with her and rip them out and put in my locker.
Oh
and
my
God. And I told this lady that on Instagram. I'm like, yo, it's kind of crazy, but she was posting like magazines like, look at this old picture of me and Ali. I'm like, yo, I actually used to like take your photos and put them in my locker. And she was
that's mad cute.
And she was like very humble and like very nice, and like we talked, and she was like super cool. And then she gave me some tips about like, what spots to go to yoga, because I posted something about being stressed and she had recommended some stuff. So it was really cool. She's very nice.
That's mad cute.
Yeah,
okay,
so that's my first crush.
I love that. What's the song you wish you wrote? It's like someone else's song that you thought, damn, I wish that was me.
I forget the name of it, but YF and Lucci and Trey Songz have this song out right now, and it's a sample. I forgot what they sampled, but when I heard it, I was so mad that I didn't think of the sample first. I would probably say Finito by Chief Keef.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
Have you heard the song?
I can't even think of, but I'm thinking of Chief Keef now, and I'm like, wait, what?
Listen to that song.
Okay.
And then
I'll understand why
you'll be like, damn, I wish I made this shit.
I think that about every tune I ever hear.
It's very like anthemic. It makes you just want to like beat the fuck out of somebody.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Very me. What does success look like for you? Where is this all going?
We never know. You never know. The idea is not to get somewhere. It's to keep chasing the feeling. People will say it's like, I want to do this and get there. It's like, I don't know if I'd be comfortable if I got to a place and I was satisfied. I kind of just, from here I can see that jar.
Right.
I can see the stove too, but it's a little farther. So I'm going to focus on the jar. You know what I'm saying?
God, I'm learning so much today. Because are you taking notes? We need to stop looking at the stove. Just focus on the bloody jar. Because it's right there.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to be
But what taught you that?
looking at the stove the whole time.
Okay.
Like, it's gonna, you know, drive yourself crazy trying to get there.
Right.
When you can get there.
Right.
Then from stove is the drums, and then it's the drums, the countertop, and then you're at the stove.
Right.
So it's baby steps. Like, people underestimate the power of baby steps.
Bruv, I love strip clubs. I've discovered this in the last few years of my life.
I've only been in like one.
Okay, so you should come with me. See, what I really want to do is, I've never had the full American experience where you eat chicken in a strip club.
Oh yeah, I did that the one time I went.
Oh, so you did it right.
I did it right.
Okay, see, now that's why so I do have a little bucket list of just random things.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. On my bucket list is, I want to DJ in a strip club in the States. Because I feel like as a DJ, to make dancers dance is like a specific type of set you have to play that caters to them, but also the crowd and the whole experience and the ambience.
No, definitely, I agree.
So that's what I'm trying to do. So if I ever do that, you have to come with me.
For sure, I'm down.
Eat chicken.
Yeah.
Maybe
go.
sing a song.
Maybe sing a song.
Can we do underwater strip club when we do that?
We'd have to.
Thank
Easy.
you. This
Thank
is great.
you. I appreciate
This
you.
is good. I'm gonna be. Can I do backing vocals one day at your show?
Yeah, for sure.
Can you leave the mic on?
I got you.
But I'll do like interludes and outro. I won't do backing vocals.
Yeah.
I won't ruin your performance.
Whatever you want, you got it.
You got this on camera? This still rolling, Lucas?
Nah, he cut it. A few
Whatever
seconds ago.
I want, I got it. Thank you so much.
All right, love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.